Good evening and welcome to the very new show for myself, Robert Vine, and Jesse Angeles. As you know, we did do a show for a while called the JDL and Bunny Man Show. However, due to the gimmick kind of dying and just different things happening in our lives,
It just was not
the
working.
show fell apart, which is fine. But what we're going to do with this show is, unlike the JDL and Bunny Man Show, where we talk about current events in wrestling, we are going to scour the archives of the WWE Network and bring a nice little humorous review on things we saw and we did not see. And to start this voyage, we are going to start in January of 1993.
January 11th, 1993, the very first Monday Night Raw.
And as the show opens, we open on a shot of the Empire State Building on a very cold January night, and which is really cool. And as that goal shot happens, we pan to Sean Mooney, and my first thoughts were,
Sean
"Hey,
Mooney?
Sean Mooney!"
It's like, he's here?
I forgot about Sean Mooney. I was more of a Todd Pettengill fan. But
yeah, the bit more, yeah.
Okay, so we get in there and we look at the Hammerstein Ballroom. And of course, for me now, when I look at the Hammerstein Ballroom, two things came to mind. First, hey, look, it's ECW. And second, wow, did the Hammerstein Ballroom really look small? It looked really intimate and really small, but it was really cool.
You know what?
WCW had small for WCW Saturday Night, but this looked cool.
It looked cool, but the part was, it wasn't just looked small on the inside, it looked kind of small on the outside.
It was a very small venue. Cool for what it was, but you know what?
But that's besides that, but after that, Heenan, is he fired?
Yeah.
He shows up.
You know that dude? Yeah, Bobby the Brain Heenan. For those who were watching before them, was on Primetime Wrestling.
Yes.
Superstars.
Yes.
And Tuesday Night Titans.
Yes.
And I might be wrong on Tuesday Night Titans. I might. But all of a sudden he shows up and he's out of the building, and he can't get in. And Sean Mooney's like, "You've been replaced."
By
who? Who could replace Bobby the Brain Heenan? And for my notes, Rob Bartlett. No, I get it.
Who the fuck is Rob Bartlett?
It was cross-advertising. Apparently, he was some kind of shock jock back in the day. But anyway, so we open up to Monday Night Raw. And the first ever match on Monday Night Raw was Yokozuna
versus Koko
Beware. And as it comes up, my first thought is,
man, those pants.
Where's Freddie?
Where's Freddie Mercury?
No, the bird.
Yeah, where is Freddie?
Where's the bird?
The bird is with Owen.
Why is Owen watching the bird?
Because someone has to.
It's a bird.
Yeah.
Okay, you cannot call the man the Birdman without the bird.
But, you know,
no bird, no Coco.
That gimmick, though, started branching away when he started tagging with him. And honestly, on a side note, High Energy, which is Coco, and Owen, is honestly probably arguably one of the more underrated tag teams of all time. Not many people even remember that tag team.
Nope. The one thing I do have to, going back to the beginning of the Raw thing, was I miss that music. They do it for Raw old school every once in a while.
Pan-offs.
I miss that music. And if you notice, at the end of it with the sax, a little SNL. Little Saturday Night Live. Just saying. Vince is kind of screwing it in there. So we have the first match of Yokozuna versus Koko Beware. And the one thing I noticed when they're bringing everybody out, they did do a pan to the commentators, and you have Vince, and you have Ron Bartlett, and you have Macho Man Randy Savage. And did you notice Macho's coat?
Yeah.
It looked like it was on acid.
What, it's too green for you?
Green spots here, green spots there, sparkly here, sparkly there. It looked like Macho got really coked up and said,
"Oh, he loves those outfits." You can't tell me he always pulls off that. That is Macho. Macho Man, by the way, was the only thing that saved that commentating, because Vince always seemed like he was kind of rushing on commentating. Honestly, I don't care. He's never been a good commentator. He's always been a better businessman. And give or take, he's just better at business.
And the one thing about Rob Bartlett, he was the Dennis Miller of Monday Night Football before Dennis
Miller
joined Monday
Night Football. No idea what he's talking about.
But here's the thing. In the match, he does have some great lines. And we start the match...
They're cheesy. They're extremely cheesy.
Okay, we start the match with Yokozuna being Yokozuna. And my first part of my notes here,
Who is the definition of a wall?
not even that.
A black man trying to fly into a very big Hawaiian.
Coco's great. Because Coco would run, jump, do a shoulder block on Yoko, who would not move. Complete
And
no
would
sell.
take it like Dolph Ziggler, bounce off, and do a cartwheel.
And it looked like he just bounced off a wall and a rubber bouncy. Like, Coco was a rubber bouncy ball and went flying backwards. It was the greatest sell of all. He did this like 4 or 5 times. Until he hit him with a drop kick.
And then he backed up a little bit.
And he backed up.
And he tried going for another drop kick, and then ran into the ropes, and got flinged into...
Well, and did you notice, how loose were those ropes?
They used to be really loose.
It looked like Coco. It looked like Coco was going to decapitate himself, and those ropes were so loose. I'm surprised nobody got hurt. I'm
pretty sure people did get hurt.
Thank God Yoko didn't run the ropes because he probably would have fallen the fuck out. Now here's the thing.
Is there anything more notes from that?
Yes, there is a couple more notes. I have a couple more notes from this. Number one, because here's the thing. Rob Bartlett and Macho Man Randy Savage are apparently racist. Macho calls him the world's fattest egg roll. It was a thin Yokozuna at the time. He was trim for Yoko standards.
Yeah, a little bit.
He's thin. Rob Bartlett called him a large butt Oriental. Rob Bartlett is a racist. Also, he called him an ass. An ass slam.
Also, it just seemed like how about we pick out the crowd? The fact that the crowd
looked like tourists.
Yeah, they look like tourists. It didn't seem like any of them were even New Yorkers at all.
You know why? I did not see one Met and or Yankee hat.
Nope.
I don't care if it's a winter. You go to New York, you will see at least one guy wearing a Met or Yankee hat.
No.
Okay, now here's the thing. We're not the only ones to worry about the bird. Macho Man was wondering where Frankie is.
Yes, he was.
And then he also really accused of Yokozuna of eating Frankie. How is Coco a Hall of Famer? No, shut up. No, shut up.
No. I'm not gonna shut up on this.
Okay.
I said it earlier, and you have to at least I gave you that leeway. Honestly, I always liked Coco, and I always believed he deserved to be in, but he didn't deserve to be in before a lot of others. Like, he's in there before Macho is.
Who do you remember more? Coco Beware or the Bird?
Coco.
I remember the Bird. The Bird should be a Hall of Famer.
The Bird is in the Hall of
Fame. Coco deserves to be a Hall of Fame after taking the bumps he did.
Yeah.
Okay, now after we talked about this, pretty much Coco beats himself up the entire match until Yoko hits one move. Then he hits another move.
And then he hits a third.
And then he hits a third. And then he wins in the fourth.
Yes, because he's not allowed to have the 5 moves of doom. That's all.
No, because he's Yokozuna. He does not need 5 moves.
He doesn't need 5 moves. He only needs really 2. Push and shove.
If you gave him 5 moves, he might have a heart attack. He won on a choke takedown.
Cheeseburgers.
He won a choke takedown, an Irish whip, an elbow, and a bonsai drop. Out of all, 2-star match. Coco worked his ass off. And Yoko did nothing. 2-star match. I will give that match 2 stars.
Just grinned at him like the whole time. It's like,
I will give that match 2 stars. 1 leg drop. 1 leg drop.
Yeah, that was the move that you forgot. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah, a leg drop. That put Hogan's leg drop to shame because it looked like it swallowed Coco Beware's head. I say 2-star match. What about you?
1.5.
1.5 stars.
And the 1.5 is all Coco.
Okay. All right. Obviously Yoko wins. We then pan to a promo for Narcissist done by Bobby Heenan.
And it's already made.
It's already pre-recorded. And 2 things about this promo. God, I love Heenan. And number 2,
he's wearing a very sparkly pink outfit underneath.
Number 3. It looked like Heenan was gonna come talking about Narcissist.
Yeah, his eyes. Did you just notice how glittery his eyes were? They sparkle.
He looked like he
had sparkles in his eyes.
Okay, well, for those who don't know, Narcissist eventually becomes Lex Luger.
Yes.
And according to Heenan, who's directing this promo at Mr. Perfect, the Narcissist Lex Luger is better than anything Leonardo da Vinci did.
Michelangelo.
Better than Michelangelo. Better than God himself, probably at one point. And Ric Flair's complete agreement. And if you noticed, after any of that, he never managed him, so I don't know why they did this. All right. After that, we cut to an in-ring interview from Vince McMahon himself and Razor Ramon.
No.
We missed it. Oh, the Rumble commercial.
They showed up the Rumble, but before that was the Steiner Brothers match.
Oh, Steiner Brothers versus the Executioners.
Yes.
Steiners come out and they're letting
I
the
must
jackets.
say, Steiner Brothers were so much better, honestly, as a tag team in WWF. Nothing against their careers in WCW, but look, their characters got ruined by WCW. And
not in the NWA.
Not in the NWA, no. But WCW was good for a lot of great things. God, trust me, I'm a huge WCW fan, but certain wrestlers